Stop jumping on me. Why are you doing that?
Having a bad dog day?
Rex, come back here.
From police dogs to pet dogs, from potty training to pet peeves, #1 best-selling author and 30-year canine trainer Andy Falco knows how to get to the meat of what's eating your dog. This is Falco Canine Dog Talk, the show that helps you and your dog create a relationship of love and respect.
What a good boy. Good heel, Rex. I love you, Rex.
And now here's your host, Andy Falco.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Falco Canine Academy's Train the Dog Trainer podcast, along with Falco Canine Dog Talk. And I've been doing these things for a number of years and really enjoy the process of putting these shows together. As I mentioned in my last episode, that teaching is so powerful in your personal learning, that every time you have the opportunity to teach somebody or teach a group, I would just say don't hesitate from doing it, even in the beginning. And it's hard. I understand. It's hard to get out there, and you're so vulnerable being out there, putting out your opinions, just waiting for that one person to raise their hand and disagree with you. And it can be intimidating, but I'm telling you that even putting these podcasts together to talk about what it is I think that I found important as a newbie to the dog training world, and then eventually running a business, and then getting bigger and bigger and having new problems because you have bigger problems because you have more stuff that you have to do. And it gets crazy. But I know that every opportunity I've had to teach, I've grown from and learned something new. And so on this episode, I want to make sure and have you address your strengths and weaknesses and really understand. You may just simply, back to our journal again, make 2 columns. On one column, put strength, the other column, put weakness, and begin to list them and know yourself, both as just simply a dog trainer, knowing your strengths and weaknesses in regard to, doing that. Am I stronger at teaching people? Am I stronger at teaching dogs? If you want to narrow down even your strengths with just say in training dogs, I know how to use a choke chain, but I don't know that much about click and treat. Or my strength is general obedience, but my weakness is problem-solving critical issues and problems with dogs. So strengths and weaknesses. Find out what those things are and where you're at exactly, and then you'll go to your strengths and weaknesses in regard to running a business, because at some point you're going to be charging money, you're going to be cashing people's checks, you're going to be spending money on advertisement, creating a logo, getting help where you need help, like with accounting and that kind of thing. Because you're going to determine in your strengths and weaknesses at this stage on what those are. Are you a good accountant? Is that something you even want to be doing? So you may put that as a weakness, and your strength is delegation. That would be awesome. If you have a good, strong ability to delegate, that alone is going to serve you well. That's probably one of my weaknesses, is that I feel like I want to do everything myself, and I can get it done faster if I just do it myself. And I'm not good at delegating, so that would be my weakness. So, and then what's helped me is hiring an assistant who has a has a grasp on telling me, you don't need to be doing that. I'll take this, or we'll find somebody else to do that, and knowing whether it's in our budget. So, I need an assistant for my weaknesses, not related to dog training. So, same thing. Just get your journal out. Draw a line down the center and put your strength and weakness in regard to business. Maybe you can put a header on it, it says business. And maybe yours is your strength is making phone calls, returning phone calls, emails, questionnaires, that if you were at an event, you had somebody that left their name and phone number and a question about how your services could help them. Whatever that may be, responding to inquiries into your business. You need somebody that has a strength in that. Like I said, accounting is an important one. Project management, creative in regard to marketing. How about graphic design? How about writing copy for advertisement, writing copy for autoresponders and emails? your strength is doing audio podcast, and a weakness may be video podcast or video stories on Facebook or Snap or one of those other social media things that we're going to be talking about. So these are all things you need to consider. There is a lot, and you may want to interview or go, if you have a family member who's a business owner or a friend who's a business owner, just saying, what are all the things that you realize you needed to know once you started a business? And some of those things may, legal aspects, legal papers, the legalities on whether you need a corporation or not, a sole proprietorship, all these things. Purchases, vendor location, employee issues. If I thought long enough, I could come up with a whole bunch of them. And so you're going to need to do that, strength and weaknesses. And so the last bit on this is really finding a mentor, I think, and the biggest thing, or somebody that knows you well enough that they can maybe be questioned or asked, what do you think my strength and weaknesses are? I hesitated in coming up with this one because, sometimes we'll go to our family and our family doesn't want to hurt us, so they don't tell us the truth, and we tell us things that we want to hear as opposed to things we need to hear. Sometimes they don't believe in what it is you're doing, so they don't think that you should be running your own business. So they may say, well, your weakness is running a business and blah, blah, blah. And so to detour you from being hurt, right? So there's some difficulty, and there may be some aspects in regard to friends too, but you're going to have to find somebody that you trust to bounce things off of, that understands, what it is that you really, truly need to know, and what you will grow from, and not have that issue of they love you so much that they're trying to protect you issue. Again, and maybe another mentor or maybe the same person that you guys can work together, bounce ideas off of. Maybe they're starting a new business. So finding somebody maybe in the community that can team up to create a mini mastermind that you can, again, bounce things off of. SBA has a program called SCORE. All you need to do is do a search on Google for your local SCORE office. It's run by the SBA, and you can find a mentor in there, and most of their services are for free. And you can get counseling, business counseling, and help on all kinds of issues in regard to businesses. So don't forget to look that one up. But and that would be a good place to take your strengths and weaknesses to, your list, because that's one of the things they had me do, and I brought it back, and then we began to kind of put a plan together as to what help I would be, hiring first, what was mandatory to hire first, and then those that were you could wait on, that you didn't have to hire right away. And so I think SCORE is a great resource once you have your list of your strengths and weaknesses, and getting somebody to bounce some stuff off of. All right, so that's it for this particular podcast. So get busy, draw that line down the middle of your journal page, and write strengths, weaknesses, and get to writing. All right, that's it for today, and I will see you at the next one. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Falco Canine Dog Talk, the show that helps you and your dog create a relationship of love and respect. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address at www.falcocanineacademy.com and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Falco Canine Academy. Follow us on twitter.com/Falco Canine Academy and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Falco143. And remember, if you've got questions for Andy, call the K9 line at 714-798-9961. That's 714-798-9961. This is a production of Falco Enterprises Incorporated. All rights reserved.